welcome to this week's session with Putnam County District Library, the Guiding Ohio Online Grant. This week we're going to take a look at how you can take a Word file and convert it over and transfer it to Google Docs. Now you can do this with a Google or with a Excel file into Sheets, as well as a PowerPoint file into slides as well. So what I've got pulled up here is I have my Google Drive. I'm already logged in. And then I have my Word file here back below. And I'll show you here the file back below. When I click on that is the Welcome to Putnam County District Library file that I have saved. And notice it's saved as welcome. So I'm going to go back here to my Google Docs and I am going to go to New. And when I go to New, this is where I can upload a file or I can do a whole folder. Now, I'm going to tell you that you definitely want to be using Google Chrome when you do this. Anytime when you're doing any type of file uploading and folder uploading, it works much better when you're using actual Google Chrome. So I'm going to go to File Upload. And then what I'm going to need to do is I would go out and I'd look for my file. I have it filed, saved right here on my desktop. So I'm going to click on Welcome and say Open. And when I click on Open, or Welcome and then Open, notice down here, it uploads in my right-hand corner. Now I didn't pick and select anything different, so it uploaded straight down here into the actual account, and it's just a file sitting outside of all of my folders. If I wanted to have uploaded into a folder, what I could have done is I click here. I'm going to do it a second time. I'm going to click on Putnam County Library. I'm going to open that up, and I'm going to do the upload one more time. So if I go New and I do File Upload, I then will click on my Welcome again and hit Open. And notice now down below here, it uploaded already, and now I have my file. Inside of this folder, you can see I actually have 3 different file types. I have the Word file, and it leaves it as a Word file for now. I have my document, a Google Doc, and I have a PDF, so the icons look different. If I click here on my Welcome file, it can notice it's taking it, opening it into Google Docs, but notice it does keep my .doc behind it. So I have a Word file that is now in my Docs. If I want to make sure that I convert this over, I can go to File and I can say Save it as a Google Doc. So then what happens is notice it opened a new tab, and now I'm working strictly in a Google Doc. So if I go back to my folder here, I still have my .doc, and I now have this file here that is actually a document file. So now I can actually, at this point, share this document file out to everyone and not have that .doc or that the .docx part on it that makes it still an actual Word file. I can make copies if I would choose to. So if I go make a copy, and I'm going to do my copy of Welcome here, say OK. Now notice when I go back here to my folder, I'm going to go back one more time. Now notice I've got my .doc file here, but I also have this file that is an actual Google document. I've got a Google document file and I have a Word file, both located inside here. This then would make it much easier for me to be sharing this out. And when I open this up, I share it out. Now people could make comments, they can make changes, and they can work with it as an actual Google Doc. That is this week's session. Next week, we're going to look at 5 tips for using Excel. Last week, we looked at 5 tips, common frequently used tips to using Word. Actually, last week's session and this week's session were flip-flopped. So I hope everyone found this useful and that you have a great week. Thanks for joining us.